Okay, so these questions are in no particular order. Where did you get your ideas for your series? So I know a lot of you remember my very first video that went viral back in 2020. I was using someone else's sound and I was playing a mother who was yelling at her 3 sons. That was the very first video I ever made introducing Tamika and the boys. And I kind of just piggybacked off of that because it is relatable content and a lot of people, enjoyed watching that, and that's pretty much where I got the idea. Who are your biggest role models? Eddie Murphy, Will Smith, Denzel Washington, Martin Lawrence, Matthew McConaughey. How many one-night stands have you had? So I reset my body count every year. With this being a new year, I haven't had any one-night stands this year. So yeah, 0. Are you dating right now? No, I am single. Favorite character off your series? It will forever and always be Tamika, because she actually carries the series. She is the show. That's who y'all love and that's who I love, and I love portraying her. Why does it take you so long to post? I'm asking for everybody. Oh, are you? Well, for starters, I have a life outside of TikTok. Okay, TikTok is not the only thing I do. I can't possibly sit here and make videos every day. It takes time to create a masterpiece. I'm not like these other content creators where I can just pull shit out my ass and post it. No, I will take a week to put something together so that y'all can enjoy it. That is why my shit is consistent and it is good. Y'all want me to rush this shit? It won't be right if I rush it. So let me take my time. I have a life outside of TikTok though. Like I like to sleep. I like to watch movies. I like to watch Netflix. I like to, hang out with my friends, family. Like when I'm not posting, that's what I'm doing. I hope that's okay. Okay, how old are you? I am 29 years old. My birthday is May 6th. Okay. What video games have you played? Off the top of my head, recently I've played The Little Nightmares, The Evil Within, and right now I'm currently playing God of War. Who in your personal life inspired your character, Karen? Nobody. Karen is something I pulled out my ass. And she is doing her damn thing. How big is your forehead? Are you ever going to move to Houston, Texas? No. Houston, in my opinion, is overpopulated and the traffic is crazy. My anxiety could never. So no, I would not be moving to Houston. Name one thing your fans do that you hate the most. Ooh. There are several things that are done that I hate. But the number one thing is I am not able to be separated from the characters. My DMs, it's always, hey Tamika, hey Savon, hey Kyrie. Like I'm not my own person. Like I'm not the person playing these people. Like I just don't, like London doesn't even exist. All they see is Tamika, Kyrie, and Savon. Everything I post on my story, like when I'm posting something personal, they always find a way to associate it with the storyline or the characters. Like if I'm watching TV, oh, you better not be watching TV in Tamika's living room. That shit is corny, it's annoying, and I don't like it. What would be your advice to someone who wants to be an influencer / content creator? Be fucking original. Make original content. It's a lot of people on TikTok that don't know how to do that. And if you have to use someone else's sound, make sure you credit the person whose sound you're using. It's not that hard. Do you have a kid? Biologically, no. I do not have a kid. However, I do have 3 godsons. One of them which you have seen. How tall are you? I am 5'8". Do you feel like people only care about the Jacksons and not anything else you do? Yeah. I feel like anything outside of the Jacksons is not really looked at. Like, I could post a picture about my normal day and somebody could be like, when are you posting the next video? Or I could just be talking about something I experienced and people will still reference it to the Jacksons. When is the next video? Or I could make content outside of the Jacksons and people are like, no, we want the Jacksons, we don't want this, which is why I'm always discouraged to try something new with my content because people are just stuck on the Jacksons. And that's hurtful to me because damn, I am more than the Jacksons, but a lot of people don't see it that way. They're like, oh, you know, even with this short film I just released, it's not getting as much recognition as a 2-minute episode of the Jacksons would get. And that just tells me all I need to know. Where you get your wigs from, because I need to hook up. So, a few of my wigs I've gotten from my female friends, believe it or not. Some of them I would get from a beauty supply store around the corner, but that's it. There's no popular wig brand I get them from. I get them from my friends and your local beauty supply store. Can you bring back the boyfriend? He was so cute. You're talking about Trenton. The guy who plays Trenton, he is not in Texas right now. He is traveling the world. So as soon as he's back, you know, I definitely will bring him in another video. How do you identify? I identify as he and him. What was your job before making content? I believe I was still a correctional officer when I first started TikTok. So yeah, I was working at the prison before I made content. What age did you lose your V card? I lost my virginity at 21. Was it 21? It was 21. I lost my virginity when I was 21. 21! If offered a deal with a streaming service to buy the Jacksons, which one will you pick? I honestly would pick any of them. Netflix, Hulu. I have a subscription with literally everything. Disney, HBO Max, Stars. So anybody can grab the Jacksons if they want, and I will say yes. That's the goal. I want it to be a TV show. So I'm not picky with which streaming service. They're all great. Do you have a sneaky link? I do not have a sneaky link. Most embarrassing moment ever. I was driving on my way home with my friends in the car and I ain't had no gas. Mind you, the nearest gas station was 35 miles away. I only had 15 miles left in my car. So it was not something, as much money as I make, there's no reason my car should ever go on E, but I just wasn't paying attention to it and I paid for it. And my friends ended up paying for it too. Is London your real name? No, London is not my government name, but you will call me London. So as far as you're concerned, that is my name. Are you a top or bottom? It's hot on the bottom. How have you been lately? On fucking edge. Last question. What is your sexuality? You wanna know something crazy? For the last 2 years that I've been on TikTok, that has been a question that I have not been able to get away from. And it's not because I'm ashamed to answer it. It's the fact that I don't understand how people can see a young, talented Black male making all this content and portraying all these characters, and the first question you wanna ask him is about his sexuality. Completely forget the fact that he's talented and you love his videos. I wanna know about his sexuality. I don't understand why that has been a main focus. And even with the polls I looked at on my Instagram, that was the main question. Every time I scroll up, are you gay? What's your sexuality? Do you like boys or girls? And it's one thing if you're asking because you're interested in me, but 9 times out of 10, it's not. It's because you just are being nosy and you want to make that a main thing. Like that's your main concern with me is my sexuality. It's weird. But I can't be mad at people for asking. I guess that's a part of this social media shit. So with that being said, for those who are dying to know, and for those who are burning inside because you just can't, you have to know the answer, I am straight. Straight full of shit.